Hello, friends. This is Gail Anderson. This is Mentoring Moments for Moms. Nice to have you on today. Great to have you catch up with us. We actually get on 2-3 times a week, talk about issues that affect moms, marriage, parenting, household management, which we're talking about this week, health, and sometimes simple living. So glad to have you all on. What was your win this week? Today is Friday. Let's look at what your win was for the week. I know for me, it was just getting back into the swing. Good morning, Tamara. How are you? And Kimberly, nice to see you this morning. Sid Mama, oh my goodness. And Lisa, nice to see you all. My win for this week was coming home Monday night and then actually being able to somehow get things going for the week. You start decorating for Christmas. Awesome. I always do that right after Thanksgiving. Survived all week with the baby as husband traveled for work. Fantastic, Laura. That is wonderful. Getting stuff organized for when baby Henry gets here. Awesome. Well, it sounds like you had some goals for the week and that you're meeting those goals. That's wonderful. For me, we were traveling and speaking over the weekend, so we got home Monday night. And Sunday is my prep day, in the kitchen, in the house, and planning for the week. So my breech baby turned on his own. Hallelujah! Great praise report, due in a week. So I played catch up all week long, trying to get things up to snuff. So I'm just about caught up. But today I want to talk just a little bit about housework. Now, you probably all have your ways of doing it, and I do want to ask some of those questions, but I want to tell you my background. Even though I'm not a perfectionist, I grew up with my mom having standards where we were dusting at least a couple of times a week, where we vacuumed and moved furniture all the time, where we were down on our hands and knees scrubbing floors. And I remember that the first time I was pregnant, my mom actually bought me a mop and said, okay, you can only use this mop on your floors when you're pregnant. Yikes! What kind of standards I came into a marriage with. You almost want to go the opposite and do less. So if you didn't catch our scope on standards, my husband and I scoped together a few days ago and talked about coordinating those standards in the household between the two of you, which is number one, figuring out what's important to him, what's important to you, and coming into agreement on that whole thing. But my best suggestion for your cleaning is to plan. Get some kind of a system going so you know that as often as you want things done, they will be done. And of course, you're talking the irreducible minimums. You don't want to be having to clean everything all the time. So I didn't have it systematized until, this was early on in our marriage, but at a ladies group at our church, my pastor's wife had a cleaning lady come in, and she was cleaning her home, and so she came in and taught us how to set up a plan for what needs done when. That allowed me to put a reminder in my planner so that I knew the things like changing the air, the furnace filter would get changed every month or every 2 months. So I had certain lists of things that needed done every day, certain lists of things that needed done every week, certain lists of things that needed done monthly, and then there were also quarterly jobs, yearly jobs. How about things like dusting the light fixtures or actually washing them or dusting the ceiling fans? Those can get horrible. But if you have them down on a list and you have your list of what needs done quarterly, and then you come up to that date in your planner, okay, these are the things that need done within the next few days in order to keep them up the way you want. If you like what we're talking about, please tap on your screen, give me some hearts, and if you want to share this broadcast, go ahead and swipe to the right and you can share it with your friends. So, how many of you like doing things on a certain day? In other words, Monday we take care of the bedrooms, Tuesday we take care of the living areas, Thursday we take care of kitchens, or how many of you like doing just pretty much one day a week where you give an overall cleaning to the whole thing? I started out when I had kids doing just the days, but then it got easier for me when I had more kids to just do a good clean once a week, usually on the weekend, and then midweek I would do a little cleaning. Anybody else have a system already in place that you like of how you make sure things get done. It's not like we have to have a list for every little thing we have to clean, but we have to know, okay, when is this going to get done? Tamra, okay, what kind of a list do you have? Do you do it by day or by the whole week? Do you do your cleaning all at once or piece it down? It's not perfect. Never. We're always changing, always changing. Monday are bathrooms. That's great. I felt like with little kids, that was an easier thing for me. Tuesday is dusting. Awesome. Breaking it up that way. You know, it doesn't really matter what kind of a system you have as long as you have some type of plan or some type of system. So you're not totally haphazard. Wednesday is vacuuming and wash floors. Well, that's definitely a bigger day. Friday, change sheets. That's awesome. Just knowing what happens on what day, make sure that it gets done. And that was very helpful for me. Now today when I post this on YouTube, I will be putting a link in there for a few different housework lists that I found online. Gives you some ideas of some people who do it by day, certain things during the day. Regular pickup and then one extra chore if I can manage. And now I have your chart to help. Good. Love the idea of scheduling in air filters. Otherwise, my goodness, if your furnace isn't operating well, I mean, I know we've had this happen before where everybody's having breathing problems and everything's so dusty and we can't figure out what's wrong. Oh, we haven't changed the furnace filter in 9 months. It's just good to have a checkpoint. So in my planner, all I have written down is quarterly jobs. And then in the notes, I have written down what those are. And then I make sure I get that done within the next few days. So here's a couple of hints for me that I like to use in cleaning house. Now you'll find all kinds of suggestions. You can go online, you can read books. I'll even put some of my favorite books for housekeeping in the description online on YouTube today. My favorite author that I had found was Don Aslett. Do I dust or vacuum first? Decluttering. He has all kinds of books that are great. And some of the things that he was helping us with was having less dirt around the house in the first place. So you have mats outside your doors. You have mats inside your door. That way you're going to bring in a lot less dirt than normal. You wear shoes when you're outside. This is kids. And you take your shoes off when you're inside. Okay, I dust first. That is my preference because I feel like the vacuuming actually is going to scare up more the dust if it's already there. So that's what I do. But I don't know. The mats help. And the shoes. You know what? If the kids are not wearing shoes outside and then they're coming in and still walking around in bare feet, they are bringing that dirt in the house. So that's kind of a hint I can help you with there. So keeping little containers of cleaning supplies in each bathroom because there are times when we want to do a real quick clean and then either having paper towels or cut up t-shirts also underneath the bathroom sink so you can just do a quick wipe out, clean, whatever. And that's also much easier when you have kids and you send them to the bathroom to clean it up. That's another thing. Make sure that if your kids make a rather distinguished mess, that they have a part in cleaning it up. Now, I actually had kind of a disciplinary thing with my teenagers when they would come in. We had a brand new house, brand new carpet. Wasn't a brand new house. We redid an old house. Okay, so when they came in the house, that they did not take their shoes off, take off their feet to come. Oh my gosh, that's excellent. She tells her kids if they go outside without shoes, then they have to take their feet off when they come in. I love that. I'm going to remember that one. Very handy. So my teenagers would walk in. There's a mat right there where we put shoes, and they don't do it. Then if they're walking around the house in shoes, I tell them they have to vacuum that area. So lots of little hints that you can do in rewarding them or giving them a little bit of negative reinforcement to help them not do that anymore. Let's see. Just having a place for things will really, really help because that way kids can keep them picked up. So you've got baskets for toys or places in their dresser for their different types of clothes. You have hanging rods that are lower for the younger kids so they can reach their clothes and put them away. Things in the bathroom, like a basket for the dirty laundry. We grew up having the laundry basket in the bathroom. That way, when you bathe, you've already got a place for your clothes. And you know, towels, we like to save our towels and use them a couple of days. If you can do that, you'll be cutting down on your laundry. So if it's difficult for kids to hang those towels, then have hooks for them where they can just hang it on a hook. And again, if you set up those systems of rewards and then little negative reinforcers to train them into picking up after themselves, it will help you. Wash sheets and towels on Fridays. That is fabulous. If you're just using those towels once and just washing them constantly, it is a never-ending job. I mean, you're using them to dry yourself when you're already clean, so if they can dry hanging up, you should be able to use them again. That's just my attitude about it. The goal is to have your house the way you like it, or at least, 75, 80% the way you like it, and to cut down on the work that it takes to get there, to have other people do what they can to keep it picked up, and then to have everybody work on cleaning it up as necessary. Which, let me just mention real quickly, I love all house cleanups. There were times, especially during homeschooling, where it got very frustrating to me, and I would just look objectively at my house and think, oh my gosh, this looks horrible. So I would call for an all-house pickup. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can do that. Everybody can do their own rooms, or you can assign specific areas for specific people. You can set the timer. Everybody's going to work for 10 minutes and see what we can get done. You can actually send the kids to their rooms and say, let's see if you can beat the clock. I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes. See if you can get your room done. And then I also like to teach the kids to judge their work themselves. Whatever you expect of your kids, you need to inspect. And a lot of times that transfer to inspecting it is where we fall down because we are so busy and we have so much going on. Believe me, I know, I did it. But if you have your kids come and tell you, I'm ready for inspection, tell them, okay, take one more look at the room. See if you can find 3 more things out of place. Because if you find them out of place and fix them, then it doesn't count. But if I find them, then it counts against you. So give them a goal and also teach them how to be discriminating and look at a room and see what's out of place. It's awesome. Even if there's only a few things, say, out in the kitchen, you just have them help you. Let's play this game. What's out of place? Let me close my eyes and see how many things you can put back in place for me before I open my eyes. Just making a game out of it and teaching them to be responsible for themselves as well as to be able to look discriminately at an area and keep it cleaner. So it can be a lot of fun. It can be rewarding. It can also be very frustrating. And we are all going to go through times where we feel frustrated with our house. But we really want to get to the point where we make it streamlined, where we make it easy, that we're not overworking ourselves, and where everybody is pitching in and doing their part. So work on that this weekend or this week, and hopefully you can make some new strides in the area of housework. For those of you I know who are perfectionists, I just want to encourage you again to just lower your standards. I felt like I had to do that to a certain point when we had so many children and were homeschooling because I needed peace. I could not be peaceful if I was always frustrated and always moving to clean up the house. It's much more relaxing to lower those standards and realize you can live with a few things out of place. So anyway, ladies, hope you have a wonderful weekend. Relax and enjoy your family. Maybe even don't think about your house this weekend. Attack it on Monday. But anyway, have a wonderful day and enjoy those kiddos. Thank you.